Well, here I am, leaving the campsite, leaving Big Meadows in the Shenandoah National Park. So cool to be here. Well, got a lot of neat riding today. Well, despite the weather, lots of people out here camping still. Lots of open spots, but you know, lots of people. I imagine this is just packed in the summer. You have to reserve well in advance. And of course, you have to reserve now just to get in. Very hard to use on a phone. It's designed for a computer, not a phone size. And there's lots of little problems and hiccups you encounter. Alrighty.
And so I continue south along Skyline Drive. There's a pullout, but I don't think I'll be doing too much of that in this low-hanging cloud. But look, up ahead here, here's a hiker. He's well prepared. He's got his pack covered, gaiters on, and even his dog has some protection. So whenever you think you're doing something rough, someone's doing more. Well, the nice thing about Skyline Drive is look at these trees. Look at the way they overhang over the road. That is just gorgeous. The whole thing kind of closes in on you a bit, but it's a warming feeling nonetheless. It makes me think a little bit about like gorillas in the mist. Speaking of mists, I ended up camping basically in a cloud, and so even though it didn't rain that much, my tent fly got soaked on the inside and out, as well as anything else that was exposed. So I packed it, I dried it as best I could, but I packed it wet, and I'll have to deal with that later. It's funny the things that remind you of home. Here we have some tent caterpillar infestations, and although the trees here are very different than what they're like at home, we have a lot of those too. Even though the weather wasn't the best, and the views were pretty much blocked off, I still found riding Skyline Drive to be absolutely fantastic. There's so many twists and turns, and even though I couldn't see far, what I could see was absolutely breathtaking. Maybe the rain god didn't want me to have fun, because the rain intensified and the conditions became worse. But I was also now starting to descend, and I thought perhaps I'll get under the clouds, and then we'll see what that's like. Eventually, it came time to leave Shenandoah National Park. Here I am at the Rockfish Gap entry and exit. So I actually thought I had started at the very top of Shenandoah National Park, but I kind of started more in the middle, so I missed the northern section. So that was unfortunate. And then yesterday I went from there all the way to Big Meadows, and that's where I did my camping. So today what I did was travel the rest of the way. And that took me to Rockfish Gap and the end. But it's not really the end, because from here I now enter the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I get to travel the rest of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So there's a lot more to do. Along the way, I kept passing these potential viewpoints where I really couldn't see anything. But when I saw these people out of their vehicle, I thought I'd give it a try. well, you could see a little bit, and you had a sense of what you would be able to see on a different day, but that was about it. So on I went.
Wow. Under the clouds for a change. Nice mountains. Very nice mountains.
Well, the rain had stopped, at least temporarily, and I really wanted to make sure I took advantage of it. You can start to see the color showing up in the trees. This is September 26th. I guess I'm a little bit early for this part of the world. Probably if you want to see this in full bloom, and it really does get spectacular here, October would be the time to do it. Just the hint of color actually is wonderful. And because I'm no longer in the national park, but just in the Blue Ridge Mountains, there is population, so to speak, here. There was a few ranches that I would encounter and a few meadows. That didn't make it any less spectacular, but I really did enjoy the vibrant green of the trees and shrubs in this area at this time. You almost don't mind a bit of rain as long as it's going to grow the plants to look like this. This is Otter Lake, more like a pond really. They've got a lot of hiking trails here. I wasn't really up for hiking right now, but it was a good opportunity to slow down and stretch my legs a little bit.
Tortoise coming across the road. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Pretty much the entire day, both in the Shenandoah National Park and here on the Blue Ridge Parkway, I've been singing John Denver's big hit, Country Roads, Take Me Home. And it's got the line, to the place I belong, West Virginia. But actually, there's very little of the Blue Ridge Mountains in West Virginia. It's mostly in Virginia, and then as I discovered, in North Carolina, and continues on even into some other states. But yeah, barely in West Virginia. So I guess John Denver's geography really wasn't that great. I'll show you on the map. So you can see here on the map that West Virginia is kind of on the other side of the George Washington and Thomas Jefferson National Forests. Oh well, it's a good song nonetheless. Well, I'm really enjoying this ride, but I do have to admit, I pass so many viewpoints where I can't see anything. It really makes you wonder what's out there. So I notice now I'm getting beneath the clouds, so I thought I'd try a pullout. As you can see, there's a bit of a view, but I'm still kind of missing a bit of the distance mountains. It's a little bit hard to see. This may not be the viewpoint part of the trip. Kind of a cool rock formation there on the right. And now finally I'm in the sun for the first time all day. It's about 4:30, so I was so happy to see the rays of sun shooting down from the sky. So I'm approaching Mabry Mill. This was originally built in around 1903, and it was working as a sawmill in 1905. It's now a museum, and when the water's right, they do exhibitions and show you how it all used to work. As I near the end of Virginia, it's almost time to cross into another state. I hope you've enjoyed today's ride. I had a blast, and I think there might be slightly better weather tomorrow. We'll see. Here I am at the North Carolina state line, so welcome to North Carolina.
Okay, I'm in North Carolina, just crossed the line. I thought the Blue Ridge Parkway ended there, but apparently it goes through North Carolina as well, so I need to find a place to stay, and then I need to check out the maps and see what I'm doing tomorrow. But that is a lovely view.
Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next ride.